Hey guys, Chuck Tornetta, Tortuga Ranch, and I'm very excited to bring you this video. I don't think you know how excited I am. Slightly less excited than the fact that I'm going to marry the beautiful woman holding the camera, but still very excited. Where she lives, as a side perk, is the island of Mindanao. And I did some research on Mindanao, and I knew that these yellowhead water monitors, Varanus cumingi, or the Cummings water monitor, or the halo a bit, as they call them here by the what islanders, people who live here. This is a beautiful wild-caught example. You might notice that it has a tie. Well, that's a little trick of the trade around here. When they catch a lizard, they tie it by the waist. Not so hard, but just so it can't get out. So don't worry about the lizard. The lizard's absolutely fine. This little sucker can jump out of my hand and run, but I have it tied to my waist, so that can't happen. But I wanted to say, this is an absolutely flawless individual. Absolutely flawless. And I gotta say, tamer than most Cumingi water monitors in captivity. And it came straight out of the wild. I mean, it's from right here. Look around it. Look around you. It literally came from right here. This lush area. Come on down here for just a little bit. This lizard right here would spend its days basking to get its core temperature raised right here on these rocks, or maybe on the dirt over there, and then it would frolic around through these ponds that people breed tilapia in, and it would eat tilapia, it would eat snakehead, it would eat crayfish, it would eat little invertebrates, it would eat frogs, it would eat mice and rats. Now this is a small one. I'm going to say probably about a yearling. I'm going to get a little close to the camera because I want to show you how flawless this animal is. Look at the beautiful coloration. Look at the beautiful coloration on this animal. And check out this. I'm very gently holding the head. I'm not holding the head hard at all. Up. No, you stay. Look how look how yellow under the throat. So yellow. So beautiful. Look how yellow that animal is. Now it is giving me a little resistance now, but that's okay. It really isn't trying to do anything. Okay, so it wants to get down. Right? We can agree that it wants to get down. It's a wild lizard, it wants to get down. But I'm not going to put it down just now because I want to keep talking about it for a little bit. And nobody's hurting the lizard. The lizard's absolutely fine. Let it calm down a little. Calm. There you go. Calm down. But as far as a wild animal goes, it has all its fingers, all its toes. It has a perfect, come here, let me see something. It has a perfect tail all the way down to the end. It has a perfect fat reserve right here. It's got nice muscle right here. I'm thinking it might be a female. Get a little close on that vent, see if you can see. I'm thinking it might be a female. Again, I'm not holding the animal tight around the neck. I'm just holding my hand there so it doesn't bite my thumb or my hand, but it doesn't seem like it wants to bite at all. I hear something. I wonder if that's another one. So this is the second one that we got from this area. The first one I didn't get to see. Unfortunately, it didn't stick around, let's just say. But this one did stick around. So what we're gonna do is, I'm only gonna be here until November 1st. Actually, I'm only gonna be here until October 30th, right? And then we're going to Manila. Okay. So, which is still the island of Mindanao, I believe. Maybe not. But anyway, I wanted to show you this beautiful animal. Look at the pretty head spot on it. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm not holding it tight. I'm not even, look, I'm not, see my finger? I'm not even, it's just there just for kind of like a little support. See how beautiful the belly is? Joy, I want you to try and get a lot of real nice photos of this animal, or video. Real nice video of this animal. I'm not sure how long we're going to keep it. We are going to put it back in the ponds. I imagine it would swim from tilapia pond to tilapia pond, and incidentally, any body of water here, any body of water has tilapia. Whether, I noticed that, or snakeheads, whether people are breeding them or it's just a body of water. There's always baby tilapia, small tilapia, big tilapia, and snakeheads in the pond. Snakeheads, catfish, yeah. Snakeheads, they try, the people who own the ponds right here, the tilapia ponds, actually told me that they try and regulate the snakeheads and get them out because they eat the tilapia that they're trying to raise for food and for money. But it's very hard because the snakeheads walk across the land from one pond to another. It's hard to combat a fish like that. But this is their region, this is their native home, this is where they live, and this is also the native home and region of the Kamingi water monitor, the Cummings water monitor, the yellowhead water monitor, the Philippine water monitor, has many names, but it's the same monitor. The Mindanao water monitor, same monitor. Very popular monitor right here. Unfortunately, due to habitat loss, meaning people cutting the forest down, because they're still here, okay, they live here, but my fiance Joy honestly didn't think they were here. We were searching for them somewhere else because she said they used to be here when she was younger and there was more trees, and she thought that when the trees went, the monitors went. But they're still here, and the only way we know they're still here is because we set humane traps for them, and we caught a couple in the traps. That's the only way. I mean, to see them is very, 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 very rare. It used to be very common to see them. I've heard stories from people, even my future brother-in-law was telling me stories that he was collecting mushrooms, just collecting mushrooms off the ground, and he looked up and there's a big yellowhead water monitor looking at him, like, you know, just watching him. That's how common they were. And also, they are delicious. They're a delicacy, okay? They make adobo, which is basically sugar, soy sauce, ginger, garlic, coconut milk, and these guys chopped up, cooked down, refined into kind of a brown sauce. I've had adobo. I've had adobo pork, and I've had adobo chicken. It tastes about the same. I can imagine it would taste the same in a monitor too, but I wouldn't want to do that. Anything that I get my hands on here is not going to be food. It's going to go back into the wild. But just a perfect animal, perfect tail. Yes, it has a leash, and yes, it's because I don't want it just in the middle of a video and getting out of here. So we're going to let it hang around for a day or two, and it's in a beautiful little holding pen, and then it's gonna go right back over here. We just want to see if we can get another one, so we can do maybe a comparison video. If we can get a bigger one, we can do a comparison video, hold this one and that one together. But wow, what a nice thing. So far we had done a video on the Philippine box turtle, which I should have went more in depth. It's a Cora species, but I'm not sure which one. We should have went more in depth with the Philippine box turtle for sure. We did a quick video because I think all the people were watching us, and it was kind of awkward, you know, being there, and they wanted to go set them free. And they didn't know me, and they didn't know, you know, why I wanted to see their turtles. What a beautiful animal. Look at the beautiful head pattern on that animal. No, I mean, keep in mind, I mean, I know you're watching this video and you'll say, oh, I've seen better looking Kumingis than that. Yeah, they're captive born. They've been captive selectively bred in the United States for how many generations? This is F1 out of the wild. I mean, this is it. This is wild. This is a wild monitor, and it's this pretty. It looks like a beautiful water monitor, if you ask me, especially for being a wild monitor. Perfectly healthy. And we're gonna go get it some chicken gizzards and chicken hearts and chicken liver and see if it wants to have a little snack. And I'm not gonna be here that long, so we will video. If we get another one, we will video the other one. We do have a bead on another one. I'm trying to get my hands on the other one, but and also we do definitely have what is that? A sailfin dragon. A beautiful female sailfin dragon, and we are going to video that sailfin dragon for you. But here's another shot of this guy, and it's about I would say it's about 30 inches nose to tail, 30 inches. So I'll put it on the ground, let it walk a little. Can you help me untie? I'll put it on the ground. Here, keep the camera on the lizard so people can see. I got it tied to my pants. I'm gonna put it on the ground, let it walk a bit. Hold on. What? And that's what it wants to do. It wants to go right back into the creek, into the stream. Into the stream bed. It's from here. It knows this area, so it knows where it wants to go live. It knows it wants to go back there. It will try and bite me now because it doesn't want to be coming. It doesn't want to be held now. See? Okay, folks, if I get my hands on another one, and when I have my hands on that sailfin dragon, we will do another intensive video. But this animal right here, before I go, I just want to explain, this animal right here does so much better for the environment here than to end up on a dinner plate. And I'll tell you why. They eat rats, they eat mice, and they eat a lot of things that are considered pests around here. And, you know, without them, there will be a serious issue of rats and mice, and they are becoming more and more rare because people eating them because of their habitat loss. People chopping down the areas and trees where they live, taking their ponds and making tilapia ponds, because tilapia is like a good way to make some money around here. We just have to remember, we share the planet with everything that lives in the planet. And it's all part of the ecosystem, and it all plays a role. And we have to remember that even though we want to do something, we still have to keep in mind that these animals that live here, they have a role and they have a right to live too. So hopefully they don't get too rare in the wild. But I know there's a lot of captive breeding of these animals in captivity. Let's cut here. Thank you for spending some time with Chuck Tornetta at Tortuga Ranch. Well, not at Tortuga Ranch, Chuck Tornetta in the Philippines with one of my new best friends. I love this lizard. Love you too, Joy. I love this lizard.